Hi, and welcome to Code FP Academy. And we are still on the foundations of generative AI. In this lesson, we are going to look at or we are going to treat understanding generative AI. After completing this lesson, we should be able to explain what Gen AI is, tell the difference between Gen AI and normal AI, name some common Gen AI tools, use a Gen AI tool for a simple task, and explain one benefit and one limitation of Gen AI. What is generative AI or Gen AI? Generative AI is a type of artificial intelligence that creates new content based on patterns learned from data. Generative AI or Gen AI can create text, images, audio, video, and can also write codes. Generative AI does not just copy. That is, it generates something new that looks like it was made by human intelligence. Let's look at differences between generative AI and traditional AI. So, one key difference to know that if a traditional AI answers some questions like grouping or grouping emails into spam. You see, and when you open your inbox, you can see there are various categories. So this traditional AI helps to group the emails that you receive into these categories. And the Gen AI can help you draft some of these emails so that you can send them to your client or to someone else. So some things that we should know is that traditional AI classifies data, predicts outcomes, recognize patterns, and make decisions based on rules. Example is fraud detection, face recognition, and recommendation systems. For generative AI, it can create original content, responds creatively when it receives a prompt, and it can produce text, images, and media. Examples are chatbots that write essays, image generators that generate artwork, and AI that composes music. So one thing you should know that traditional AI answers yes or no. Gen AI answers how, what, and it can also create. So let's look at types of generative AI. So we have text generation. And this text generative AI can generate essays, emails, stories, reports, and code. Examples include ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and we can use it as a writing assistance for research and study and as a customer support. The second type that we are going to look at is image generation. So this generates image from text descriptions. Examples are posters and flyers, illustrations, and AI generated artwork. So some popular tools that you can talk about is DALI, Midjourney, Canva AI, and Nano Banana. Audio generation can create or modify sound. That is, you can use it for AI voice narration. There's a lot of rave about this now. Music generation and voice cloning. Examples are 11 Labs and Udi. Video generation. These create or edit videos using AI. Examples are talking about this short marketing videos, educational explainers, and all that. Examples are in video, Google View 3, and the likes. So, how does generative AI learn. Generative AI is trained on large amounts of data such as texts, images, or audio. So it learns patterns, language structure, styles, and relationships. So one thing that we have to notice is that AI does not understand meaning like humans. It predicts what comes next based on probability. So based on the patterns or the data that the AI has been exposed to, it can predict the next outcome based on data that it already has to either create a new content or predict an outcome of, let's say, an event. Some common generative AI tools that we are likely to come across in this lesson is Gemini, InVideo, ChatGPT, and the likes. Alright, so let's demonstrate a quick example on how to use some of these Gen AI models. So for this demonstration, I'm using Google Gemini. So you can see there are tools here. So let's create some images. Just create one or two, then you continue to the rest. So let's say real image from African students in the tech year in confidence. Coding laptop scenery should be modern African hub with other who also engaged in this. Alright, so let's see what we get from this part. Okay, so you can see we have our image over here with each time then I see it's just took what to describe them, generated this nice image for us. So let's say I want to create a flyer with this. So make flyer out of this image. Generate a heading for this flyer and add some content. So you can see we have this and this background, which means okay. What are some real life applications of generative AI? Generative AI can be found in education. That is, it can help generate study notes, summaries of notes that we have, and it can also help us to generate practice questions. In businesses, we can generate emails and reports, generate marketing content, and help with customer support responses. Creative work, it can help with graphic design ideas, content creation, and branding. Technology tools can help with code generation, debugging, and documentation. Let's move on to limitations of generative AI. So it can give incorrect information. It may sound confident but be wrong. This is often termed as hallucination. It can reflect bias from trace training data. And one thing you should know is that all contents that are generated by these Gen AI models needs to be reviewed by humans before they are put out there for consumption. So in this lesson, we've known that generative AI creates content, and we've also seen that it's different from traditional AI. We've looked at the types of generative AI, and we've known that generative AI is a powerful tool, but it is not all that perfect. That's the end of this lesson. Thank you and see you in the next one.